No one wanted to believe they even existed. And when the truth finally dawns, it dawns in fire. But there's one they fear. In their tongue, he is Dovahkiin, Dragonborn.
Skyrim, I mean, it's such a huge game. I mean, the scope is so great. What have you set out to achieve? What were your main development goals when going into it?
Like all the previous Elder Scrolls games, we tried to make a world where you can go anywhere you want, play how you want, be who you want. So how you play sort of is what the game becomes for you.
Okay. Obviously, a game with that sort of scope, playing how you want, or whatever. What's been cut? What's been lost? I mean, there must be so many ideas you've had that have just not been able to make the cut.
Yeah, with every game we have so many things at the beginning. We try to just make the best game that we want to play, the best game we can. So sometimes we cut things. Sometimes a lot of stuff makes it in there, but I wouldn't want to say anything specifically that got cut because a lot of times that makes it into the next game.
Okay, well that's interesting. Is there an example, perhaps, of something that you'd wanted to include in a previous Elder Scrolls game that now hadn't made its way into Skyrim?
We've always kind of wanted to do dragons, so I think it's one of the big features that we were able to get this time.
Can you tell us more about the dragons?
Yeah, they're actually they're sort of like boss creatures. They're totally unscripted. They're placed around the world, so as you're playing through the game, you'll come across them. But they're also a key part of the story, where you are the Dragonborn. You're unique, and you can speak the language of the dragons, the voice, which is the shouts you see during the demo, and so they're sort of interwoven with the main quest as well as throughout the world.
Can you elaborate a little more on sort of what that main quest is as well?
We're not really getting a whole lot of detail on it, but you come into the world and the High King has been killed, and so there's sort of chaos in the land. But there's a bigger problem looming where the dragons are back. So you find out throughout the course of the game pretty early on that you're Dragonborn, and you can learn the words of the shout, the voice, and you're key to solving the problem, helping the world get rid of dragons again.
So your motivation is purely a quest for power?
Well, it's not just a question for power. It's sort of you're unique, and the world needs you to save, to help them with this giant problem.
Talking about previous Elder Scrolls games again, what were some of the flaws in the earlier Elder Scrolls games that you wanted to address this time out or change?
Let's see. I don't know if there's a specific flaw, but we always try to make it much easier to just get into the game, pick it up, and play. So, you start off, the user interface is now sort of more behind the scenes, the numbers, the stats. We wanted to get away from the heavy like spreadsheet feel of the game, and you pick up the game and you are what you play, and just make it more and more accessible and make the world more and more, so wherever you go, you get a really good game experience.
But there are a lot of RPG fans out there who really love that and feel like they're sort of losing. They're on the losing side of a race towards simplification, if you like. Do you feel that Elder Scrolls Skyrim in any way is sort of a simplified RPG?
No, not really, not at all. I think what we've simplified is how hard it is to get into it. You can pick up the controller, what's in your right hand controls what you put in your right hand, the right trigger controls, your left hand controls what you put in your left hand. You can dual wield, you can put magic in both hands. So actually all that, the complexity is there, the stats are there if you want to get to that stuff, but it's still easy to just pick up and play. And so it broadens the scope of who would be interested in it, but the people who really want the detail and 300 hours and all the stats and stuff, that's actually still there for them. So kind of bridging both worlds.
Come on, monster!
Will gamers be able to get their hands on a demo before it comes out?
No, we won't be doing a demo. For the game this size and complexity, it's really hard to do a demo that represents the game, truly. And it would be a gigantic demo as well, so we won't be doing a demo.
If you keep on like this, Everyone in town will think you're crazy, and I've got better things.
Ain't every day we get visitors in Riverwood. Better than us whiskey.
What if Arvel doesn't come back?
Ongoing support DLC.
Yes, we'll definitely do a DLC. What that'll be, you know, what it entails, we'll worry about that when we're done. Previous games, DLC's been very popular, so we'll keep doing that. So, you know, Oblivion was 5 years ago. People really liked Oblivion and been waiting for Elder Scrolls. So we hopefully, you know, we've created the best game we can make, throw as much in there as we can, and hopefully they won't be disappointed with the wait.